Out here in Air 7 HD, that's one of two LAPD police helicopters. They're orbiting the area. They're following every move this guy makes, and you can't elude those police helicopters. They're very agile. They're very maneuverable. They're pretty much the same as Air 7 HD. And when one of those helicopters runs out of gas, has to go back and land. The other one just takes right over where the first one left off. Just made another turn here in and around Hollywood. I believe this is going to be westbound on Melrose near the Hollywood Forever Cemetery. There's Paramount Studios. He's traveling right in front of westbound. And you can see those speeds from the helicopter. Now, we're indicating 85 miles per hour in the helicopter, actually closer to 90 miles per hour now. So we're keeping pace with this guy. He's probably doing something very similar to that. 80, maybe 90 miles per hour. This could be And yes, just made contact with that pickup truck. Now, on top of being a grand theft auto suspect, he's also a hit and run suspect northbound on Gower as he continues through Hollywood. And we're going to try to get some more information here from LAPD helicopter officers orbiting the area. I'll toss it back to you for just a minute. We'll be right back to you.
Keep the shot up. What occurs to us, you know, these streets in Hollywood, once you get off the main drags, the streets are all residential. You're talking a lot of apartments. You're talking some fairly dense housing around there. You've got pedestrians this time of day, people walking the streets, walking their dogs, walking to the store, what have you. This is not an area that you want somebody flying through, blowing through red lights. Look at him, barely missed that pedestrian.
Driving, and this is like a cringe factor. My palms are sweaty just watching all the near misses, wondering what this idiot's going to do next, because there's people out there, and it's a really scary situation.
He's now westbound on one of the main streets. We'll get a location from Bill once he can get back with us. But you see, look at the speeds that we're talking about here. Pedestrians in the crosswalks. He's blowing through every red light. Westbound now on Santa Monica Boulevard. This is a business district, but once you take any kind of left or right turn off of Santa Monica, any of these streets really in Hollywood, you're talking a residential area. And look at him,
we have seen within just millimeters near misses hitting other cars.
And then, of course, that one accident that was, I believe, on Gower. He was turning right. He is kind of circling one area, kind of bounded by mainly the Hollywood area, kind of the East Hollywood area. He's approaching Highland now. These are all very busy streets at this time of day. Also, you've got the holiday weekend. You've got the holiday getaway traffic. You got people, tourists, who are in Hollywood for the weekend that are starting to arrive. So it's crowded. This is a bad place and a bad time for this sort of thing to be happening. This is a real danger to the entire community. I want to advise anybody who's in Hollywood right now, any of the streets that we've talked about, any of the streets on or off. Now he's southbound on what appears to be, is this Highland?
Southbound Highland right now.
Southbound on Highland. Stay in your home.
But you're right, Mark. And also, if you know someone who's out in those streets, give them a call. Tell them, get off the road right now. It doesn't matter if you're going to be late wherever you're going. Get off the road. This guy is crazy.
He is really dangerous. He just blew through. He keeps blowing through these stoplights, which is, it's amazing that he hasn't hit more than one car. He's hit one that we know of.
He hasn't hit any pedestrians.
He's going in the parking lot. Cutting through there to try to get around, and this is now, this is an east-west street. He's heading westbound on a street that they'll give us in a second. But heading westbound, again, the speeds are very high. Melrose.
Again, he doesn't look like he's trying to get away and go to a freeway or anything. He just seems to be circling that general area.
Further west he goes on Melrose, the more crowded and compacted it's going to get. And if he takes a turn off of onto any one of these side streets, it's a smaller street. It will get residential. This looks like one of the main drags here. He was just on Highland. My guess is maybe La Brea here. Northbound La Brea.
Good guess.
And he is, look at the high rate of speed here. He's really flying.
Yeah, Bill, you know, Bill Thomas is live in Air 7, and you're following this guy pretty well. I don't know how you're doing it, because he has been all over the place.
Yeah, very difficult to follow this guy with these kind of speeds. We believe he's going to be on La Brea northbound now. We're ballparking these speeds. At one point, we thought it was crazy. The guy was doing about 55 or 60. Just missed another pedestrian there by a matter of just a few inches. Now I've put his speeds at times up to 80, maybe 85 miles per hour. He's back on Santa Monica Boulevard now, westbound. At one point, he was near the Silver Lake Reservoir for the past 10 or 15 minutes, primarily in the Hollywood area and not far from West Hollywood. This is reported to be a grand theft auto suspect. This is now a hit and run suspect as well. And he's going to be eastbound now on Willoughby, Mark and Ellen. Once again, we'll throw it back to you. We'll keep the helicopter overhead. We'll try to find out where his next stop is. And hopefully, before someone gets hurt, the suspect will be taken into custody.
Yeah, it's amazing to watch the speeds this guy is using. The fact that he's been down all these small residential streets, like this one that he's on right now, hasn't hit any pedestrians yet, has had one fender bender with a pickup truck that we showed you just a few minutes ago. It makes you wonder what else this guy has going on.
I know. Wow.
It's a stolen car. Now I would guess it's got to be to the point of felony evading when you talk about the speeds and the elements that we've seen here in terms of going opposite traffic and all the things that he's done. What else might be compelling this individual to try to run this hard, running away from police? There's a police station not too far from here. I think this might be, if this is Wilcox Avenue, I'm not sure it is, but there's a police station actually fairly close, Hollywood Division Station. Now he's going westbound. He's slowing down.
Figuring out what he's going to do or something.
We can only hope he's running out of gas. That would be nice, frankly. I mean,
this has been one of the scarier chases I've ever seen. And I think he did clip that other car back then.
Yeah. He's now bailing, foot bailing.
Oh boy.
Jumped out.
Oh jeez.
Jumped out. We're going to get the street name here. This may be why he was running. He's trying. He's trying. Well, the cops are going to get him. Cops are going to get him.
Wow.
Yeah, this lady's jumping out of the car. She's got a baby in the back.
Woman.
She's got a kid in the back of her car.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, now they have to stop the car because it's still in drive. But they got the guy. You saw him being swarmed.
That poor kid.
Immediately.
Jeez.
Immediately.
Thank God they got him.
Jumped on this guy, grabbed him, took him to ground. That poor woman that he was trying to carjack jumped out of the car and then ran back to the back seat where we presume a child is.
Did you see her grab a kid?
I don't know.
Yeah, Bill, did you see her?
Bill, what do you have? What else do we have? Oh, that other car.
I don't know why they're running, but somebody got out. Okay, one of the police cars may have.
Oh, well, that's, the car.
Jumped out of it, rolled, and they're going to go to that car now and clear it, see if anybody else is in the back seat. He got out of this car, fell to the pavement, made a run for it, tried to carjack somebody else. A mom and a baby in that car. You saw police officers swarmed him. They threw him down to the ground. They quickly got him into custody. Looks like a couple of punches were thrown. He may have been resisting police officers, and then you saw other officers go to the SUV. Other officers went to the SUV and got the lady and the child out of the SUV. And there's a suspect now in handcuffs. That's a Grand Theft Auto suspect. Somebody tried to carjack a second car. It was involved in at least 2 accidents in the course of that pursuit. And apparently no outstanding warrants for that suspect, but he is clearly... there's nobody else inside the car. That's the only suspect. They did clear the other car, the guy jumped out of. He has been taken into custody here. And fortunately, this wraps up with, as best as we can tell, nobody getting hurt in the course of about a 25, maybe a 30-minute pursuit all around Hollywood.
I can tell you what, I can see now why people get so angry.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you're watching this guy putting so many people in danger, including at the very end of this pursuit, trying to carjack a woman, trying to steal her car when there's a child in the back of it. And, you know, all the terror and all the fright that he put everybody through, including the officers. We're all holding our breath with every single intersection he went through.
I felt exhausted just watching it, you know, just the nerve-wracking. Jeez.
It's incredible. They did bring him in. He is now in custody. This is now over, but it was a frightening
Thank goodness. Certainly was. Wow.
Okay, we're going to show the end of it one more time here when he was...
You can watch this poor woman. Can you imagine?
Yeah. He started to slow down towards the end. I think he kept kind of circling this area, so maybe he lived out here. Maybe he was familiar with that, because somebody came out running. You may have seen that.
Exactly, right there.
He may have been trying to get there, realized that he couldn't get there, and this poor woman is in this minivan.
Doesn't even have time to put it into park.
Right. Her car starts rolling. She wants to go get her kid out of the back while the police are swarming the guy. And
wow. Well, I'd love to talk to her.
Everybody's safe. She grabbed her child out of the back, escorted by a police officer. Other officers secured her car. Meanwhile, remember, he had bailed out, and the car was still rolling.